alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother. Nah, I am Qasim Hassan. What's your name, brother?
Murad, Akil.
Murad Akil. You're from where originally?
California, but my family's from Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Are there many Muslims in Trinidad and Tobago?
Basically half island.
Really?
Yeah, it's Hindu and Muslim. I mean, there's Christians, but mostly Hindu and Muslim.
Hindu and Muslims, mashallah. Where are you born in Islam?
Yes.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So when did you deem it fit, like, you really want to practice Islam the way you're practicing right now?
Okay, so I guess I went to Islamic school my whole life.
Allahu Akbar.
I went to Darul Uloom, for college and so on and so forth. So it's always been a thing.
Mashallah.
It's always, I mean, you have your off years. But
mashallah. Has there been a time that you thought of like living the fold of Islam, like, or like, has there been a time that you have a kind of like you are not really motivated about what you're doing in Islam? Has there been a time like that?
Yes. Okay.
What about that?
Firstly, when I was studying,
Okay.
so I was in the island program, and so we do a lot of Islamic history, things like that, and then we also did other religious, studies, and there was a Hindu temple next to where the school was, so we used to go, back and forth, so on and so forth, and so at that time, the teachers, tell you if you have questions, question.
Yeah.
Questions didn't last too long because you're studying, but so there was that time, and then of course, life gets you. I'm American here, so in college, a lot of temptations, so to speak.
Absolutely, I understand. Yeah.
So you want to, you want to participate with what everyone else is participating.
Whatever you do, you want to do. You want to belong.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that.
That time when you were in college, right?
Yeah.
So what keeps you moving in Islam? Like, what is the motivation?
So I have a lot of kids.
Mashallah.
Mostly raising 8, from like age 7 to almost 18 at the end of this year. And you want to raise practicing Muslims. Maybe we're not on the way of the Salafiyah, but practicing nonetheless as much as you can. So I bring them to the classes here. They went to the Islamic school in Aurora, and we do a lot of in-home studies, and so you want to stay ahead of them.
Because they question you a lot. Do they question you?
Oh yeah, so we go across the hadith, we go across the different books of the scholars, and then we try and have discussions based on that. And I guess it kind of just keeps it fresh in the house.
Mashallah. So I've got a lot of friends right now that they're going through a lot in their lives, and like they're kind of like not motivated. They're born Muslims, alhamdulillah, but they're like having a kind of troubles and problems in their life right now, and I really wanted to give them some kind of hard advice, for them to keep moving and not to have a turn around from Islam that they are doing right now.
Everything you do that's off the path of Islam, you will regret.
Allahu Akbar.
And even if you ask forgiveness, you will spend a long time questioning, should I continue to ask?
Allahu Akbar.
Or should I accept the fact that I asked and I know that I am?
Yeah.
So it's best to avoid that trap.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
It's best to avoid that trap.
What do you think could be, the most influential thing that could actually make someone leave Islam? Is it environment, friends, or what?
Misinterpretation of hadith and misunderstanding of the Sunnah and of the Quran. You read it and you don't connect to the tafsir. The companions, they go I think 3 ayats at a time, right?
Yeah.
And until they knew it and lived it, they didn't move on. Exactly. A lot of people will read the Quran during Ramadan, maybe they may read here and there, they get an app that pings up, it's just here, or, an ayat there, and, they think they have it.
But they don't practice what they're reading.
No one ever picks up the tafsir.
So they don't even know what they're reading.
Exactly. Their interpretation, we're not the scholars, we're not the companions.
Interpretation.
So we interpret it based on what we hear and we think we understand.
So lastly, we have right now we're in an environment that is like calling against Islam, talking about different things in the world right now, LGBTQ, whatever. So what advice do you have for young Muslims out there?
That's for people to stand out and to feel different. However, we're Muslims, so we take pride in how we stand out and how we're different.
Yeah.
And so take pride in that.
MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khairan, brother. I really appreciate it, brother. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.